Welcome back. This is day 7 in our 21-day mindfulness excursion, and so we are a third of the way through. So, what I would like to do, since the last 4 sessions we spend some time on RAIN, recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture, I would like to dedicate this session to putting it all together. And so it's really a helpful tool. I find it's very helpful to me personally if I'm finding myself feeling sort of out of sorts or responding in a way internally that I don't really want to do that way. It requires me to pause and recognize what's going on and what's going on in my heart and my head, what I can even, when I investigate what is going on in the body, and just allowing that all to be there and not shush it away that, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this way, or I really wish I didn't feel this way. And on the opposite side, it also allows me to sit in and recognize the joyful things in my life and recognize when I'm spending time with friends, like, wow, this feels good. Or after they leave, I'll often send a little text like, I feel blessed that you're my friend. And that's because I am recognizing what's going on in my heart and in my head. And I'm allowing it to be there. And so we really need to allow those positive moments to sit, and that we sit with them and allow them to resonate, because we certainly, most of us, devote a lot of time and energy on the negative. Like research says that we need to have 10 positive statements to override that negative. So sort of when I used to teach at universities, if I got an evaluation that was negative, that's the one that I remembered, until I learned how to do this and take each one as it. Whoops, there's Winston. Take each one as it came instead, and allow that to be there. So if there's some negativity, I can allow it to be there, but it doesn't have to follow me through the whole day. And that's what the nurture part allows me to do. So that being said, I would invite you to come to stillness and find a position, find a seat that you're comfortable, that you can sit for a little while. Let's see, we have about 10-15 minutes. So we'll go through a positive and we're going to go through a negative situation. But make sure when you are choosing the negative situation that you choose one that isn't really traumatic. It might be just something that you're working on. It's something that you're working through at work with a colleague, or you're working through with a partner, but not something that is, really, really stressful. So, again, allowing yourself to come to stillness and really anchoring. For me, that is feeling the cushion that I'm sitting on, or feeling my bottom on the cushion. It's, feeling where my hands are. Can you feel where your hands are resting, and the weight of the hands on the legs, or possibly even the weight of the hand on a surface like a mat if you're lying down, which is always certainly an option. Allowing the eyes to close if that's something that you're comfortable with. So I'm outside, and I can sense a wonderful breeze, and that really brings me into the now too. I can hear noises of the little kids next door. So if I pay attention to what's going on here, I tend not to be in my mind so much. So allowing this grounding to occur feeling the position of the body. If you're sitting, allowing your shoulders to be over your hips and your chin to be just tucked just a smidge. And then noticing the breath, wherever it is. No need to change it, no need to alter it. We're just recognizing it and observing the flow, or observing the body's response, the sensations of breathing. If you've had a busy morning or afternoon or evening, certainly with breathing, if you start at 10 and you count the breath, so an in-breath and an out-breath, and that's 10. And then an in-breath and an out-breath, and that's 9. And just keep going down to 1, and if you get lost, you just go ahead and start back at 10, which is perfectly fine. It's a wonderful thing about meditation and mindfulness. We can't do it wrong. We just begin again. So starting at 10 and working your way down to 1. And then as you're ready, allowing the awareness of breath to fall to the background and bringing to mind and to the mind's eye a situation where you were just filled with joy, something that just warmed your heart. Could be something that happened recently, it could be something that happened a long time ago, it could even be something that you see yourself doing or it happening, a graduation that you'll walk across the stage, or one of your kids' graduations, and what joy that would bring. But if you can have it be personal, that's really preferable. So something that just fills your life. And if joy is too much of a stress, sometimes we can notice something in nature, or going back to that pet that we have and how that feels. So it can be a situation, it can be merely spending time with friends, especially now. It can be hearing the birds sing first thing in the morning. It can be having your dog, like Winston, laying on your feet at night as I fall asleep. That just makes me feel all snuggly. So something that's pleasant. And picture it in your mind's eye, where you are, what's going on, who's there. What sounds you're hearing. If you're outside, maybe you feel the sun on your back. Maybe you feel a breeze on your face. because you're sitting at the beach, at the water's edge. The sand is all snuggled around your toes. Something that brings you peace and joy. And then we'll start with R. We want to recognize what that emotion is. Can you give it a label? Can you, oh, this is joy, or oh, this is peace, or oh, this is pride. And not so much like I'm proud, but this is pride. Not so much I'm happy, but this is happiness. Not so much I'm feeling joy, but instead this is joy. And then once you recognize the emotion, and maybe even locating it in your body, which is the investigation part, but I sort of like to do it together. So noticing how that feels, do you feel an expansiveness, an opening in your heart? Do you feel your shoulders relaxing? Maybe even your belly relaxing as you're thinking about this. And then can you allow that all to be there? The physical sensations, the emotions. So that's probably in the heart space, even though some people feel their emotions in their heads. I've actually even had someone that felt their emotions in their toes, in their feet. So it doesn't have to be necessarily in your heart. So wherever you're physically feeling the sensations, and allowing that emotion to be as big as it wants to be. And maybe it has a color. If you were going to draw a line around it, like how big is it on your body, or is it your whole body? And can you just allow that? Can you just sit in that joy or that peacefulness? Can you rest in it, and can you soak it up, allowing it to just seep all the way up into your body? And investigate, really, the I investigate is not about, oh, I like the beach because I remember going to the beach with my parents and oh, that was fun. It's not the analytical. This isn't in your mind so much. It's investigating it in the body. Just staying here. Because if we go down the rabbit hole of before or the rabbit hole of the future, it takes us away from the here and the now. So just staying here and now. And then the N, the nurturing self, sort of is our highest self, our best self. So like, what would my best Deb in me, how would that best Deb in me respond to what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing in my heart and in my body? And I can almost feel that best self just wrapping her arms around me, or like the wings of a dove, or just, oh, this is wonderful. I'm so happy for you. You deserve this. This is a nice place to sit. This is good that you're sitting here. This pause. You need this pause. And it's okay. It's okay to take this time for you. And that might be hard to hear for some of us that are on the fast track, work-wise, family-wise, combination thereof. But we need to nurture and take care of ourselves so we can take care of other people. So I guess I've edited what I was going to do today, and I think we're just going to stay with the positive for right now. And as you're ready, just allowing yourself to become aware of the surface that you're sitting on and your hands on your legs or your lap. And then opening your eyes as you're comfortable. And what I would encourage you to do until we meet again next time is catch the good stuff. You know, catch the time that, come here, Winnie. Catch the time that you get to stroke your dog. Oh, he just did a downward dog. How nice. You know, and feel what that feels like. Like, that warms my heart. And it's just such an easy thing to call him over and stroke his head. You know, or after I'm done doing this, I'm going to throw a ball for him into the lake that's behind me. I hope you can see the lake. So I'm gonna throw the ball, and just saying that, like the gratitude that I have this place to be, that I have access, my husband and I have access to this lovely place. And I feel gratitude. And we know that gratitude trumps all emotions. Gratitude just wins. It's like a wild card. It just knocks everything else. So having gratitude that I am as blessed as I am with friends and family and opportunities, and someone just contacted me and asked me to teach some classes in the park this summer. And like, that is such a blessing for me. It makes me feel so good that someone wants me to come and do that for them and with them. So I feel that in my heart. I feel that in my belly. So find the time to practice, to catch it. It can be something as simple as you walk out your back door and you see the flowers that you planted and you rest there a second and notice. Or if you have lavender, bend down and smell them. Or it could be the first bite of breakfast that you have and you savor it. Or that first cup of tea. You feel the warmth, and you are grateful for the people that pick the tea leaves, and you're grateful for the people that made the tea bags. You're grateful for the people that drove the finished tea bags after they were packaged by those people to your grocery store. And you're grateful for the workers at the grocery store, and grateful that you have the money to buy that box of tea. Grateful for that job that you have that allows you to buy that box of tea. So since I'm outside, I'm not quite sure, and I'm 61, so I can't see so well. So I apologize if the lighting isn't so good on this one. I'll play it back, but I want to use it. I want to send it regardless if I'm just a silhouette, because it's our time together that's important. It really is. And I appreciate you taking this time with me, and blessings to you. And practice. Even if it's just, 3 times today, notice something positive and then savor it. Okay? So until tomorrow, thank you.